Hey there, hope you're doing good. As we continue refactoring Futurecam, one of the major things we are looking at is global state, global variables or static variables or singletons. Right now we'll look at this task. User defaults is an iOS class that stores key value pairs persistently. And we have an extension on that for all of these. Now we'll have to think about how to refactor these better, because these are effectively a bunch of global variables. For example, anybody can set has purchased IAP to true. We shouldn't do that. So let's figure out how to encapsulate these. Burst taken properly. Burst count. You're not supposed to compare floats this way. This is an app delegate. Okay, let's see what else. It's being set in the in-app purchase code alone. So one of the problems with the IAP code is there isn't good separation between the service and the controller. Controller is more like UI code. So just refactoring this alone will not help. Let's move on. Is onboarding completed? Is referral option available? Yeah, this can move out into the long exposure code, I guess. So the problem is the hints for all the modes are in one place, so it can't be encapsulated that way. It can be encapsulated in in hint manager. Yes, this can be moved here. not burst count key, what's it called? Long press for something. Record light ray longer hint shown key. So there's two levels of access control going on. First, the entire extension is file private. Second, these are private to only within this, so you can't access them directly here. So this is good. Showing take effect on capture hint. Showing video photo saved hint. Does it mean video or photo? So now these functions are all file private. So nobody outside hint manager can use them. That's why this code is an improvement. It's encapsulated better. And encapsulation is one of these fundamental principles of software design, because a lot of things are subjective, but encapsulation usually is a more straightforward decision. More encapsulated is better. Oh, there's two different things. Oh, there's is onboarding completed, there is onboarding completed. I see. Okay, sharing completed successfully. Oh, that controls whether the referral timestamp is available. Which is, so this one is called in referral controller, but that in fact impacts this, which is in IAP controller. So now you can't put it in one of the two classes. How about this? Is this the one we looked at? Sharing completed time. Yes, that's the one we looked at. How about this? This one I think we looked at already. So here's the thing. Yeah, it's used in multiple places, so this can't be. This is the problem with statics. Once you introduce them, they are like cockroaches. They're hard to get rid of. Save the timestamp. this would be called in burst saver. Okay, one of the burst mode helper classes. Yeah, never mind. I think we have refactored this. Showing long press. These are all hint specific code. 4 of them and 4 functions here. Make some global variables in user defaults non-global. We should refactor it some more later on, but right now I can't think of anything to do. So let's look at array. Oh, yeah, this one should be renamed fixed FIFO array. We still have a reference here which was renamed in a previous commit, but anyway we are looking for like NS array here. Actually array is fine, NS array is a problem. NS array or NS mutable array. This is untyped. This is an iOS API. We can't do anything about it. So this is not a type safety violation. In fact, this type is any. So NS array is actually more typed than this. Album change request, where on earth is that? This has some add function. NS fast enumeration, okay, this is fine. Yeah, I'm not seeing any problem here. This API again probably accepts an NS fast enumeration. We don't use NS set anywhere. Let's try NS dictionary. Oh, quite a lot of these. Yeah, this is again untyped. Here you are losing type information. What is self.metadata? Is it string to any? I think it will be here. Yes, it is string to any. So here, no, not this. So in metadata tracker, why can't we pass string to any? Updated metadata. Is this commented out? Why does this look like this? Oh, it's not. Okay. This is empty. It starts with metadata, which is an NS dictionary. So one way of looking at it is there any force cast? Indict. Okay, we'll have to look at this updated metadata function. Oh, I think one thing calls another. Let's see where NS mutable dictionary is being used. That will hopefully be a smaller set. This has to be force cast because you are going to index into it, and you can index only into a dictionary. And then even if you were to change this highlighted code as string to any, here the any again has to be cast to string. So this is not going to help. Yeah, we'll just bulldoze this without the compiler's help. Show adjustment screen. Yeah, it's the same thing. As I said, let's just bulldoze these. So this is partially typed as a generic type. And the key is specified, the value is not specified. But that's better than specifying nothing. Wait, what did I do here? In Frame Blender. Metadata and analytics parameters. Okay. an odd way of initializing a dictionary. Typically, you specify the type this way, and then you create an empty dictionary. And this means an empty dictionary, and since you have specified the type, the compiler infers the right hand side to be string to any. But okay, never mind, let me not stray from the point of this refactoring. This is string to any. In fact, you can't type it any better than string to any, because some of the values are strings, some are integers, some are dictionaries. Buffer.metadata would be string to any. I don't know why we have these self-references. Now this deeply mutable should be moved to string to any. Okay, we'll get to that later on. This should not be a mutable dictionary. Okay. I mean, this should not be a Swift dictionary. This should be an NS mutable dictionary. So basically, they are similar, except that just a dictionary like this is a value type. So maybe this should be clarified. Because if I have to explain it to you when making this video, I should update it in the code so that the code does the explaining, not me. When you have nested dictionaries and you want to update updating nested dictionaries this way, we'll worry about the grammar. Let b equal to a dot something, let c equal to b dot something, c of some key equal to some value, we want to update nested dictionaries this way and have the changes reflect back in A. This works only if A is a reference type NS dictionary, not a value type, which would be string to any. we shouldn't worry about this. This doesn't compromise type safety anytime when you use as without an exclamation mark or a question mark. This is guaranteed to work at runtime. So yeah, since we changed this from NS dictionary to a Swift dictionary, or I'll call it string to any, we are changing it back here. In fact, this can theoretically fail at runtime, except that it is created this way. So it is all the keys are actually strings. Anyway, this is a smaller problem than having to copy these back. We don't want to copy the nested dictionaries back like this. These should be indented. It's not dot syntax, it is this syntax. Okay, don't think there's anything to do here. From metadata, exposure duration. Again, this cannot be typed because different keys have different data types for the value. So you can't type it better than string to any, which you can, I guess. GPS dictionary. All of these are, yeah, this can be typed, it's not a problem. Don't know why we have to do this. Okay, never mind. This can't do anything because this is the value type, sorry, the values type, not the keys type. By value type I didn't mean value type versus reference type, I meant key versus value. Yeah, this is explained better. Yeah, you're extracting one dictionary and from that you're extracting another thing, so this can't be helped. Same logic. Let's look at the diffs now. In the original code, the metadata tracker required an NS dictionary, so you had to cast. You no longer have to do. Replacement metadata is also show adjustment screen, frame blender, you're not losing the type information when you do this. This comment is hopefully more clear to understand than this. Metadata is always string to any, these are also string to any. And obviously this will be a sub dictionary within the metadata dictionary. So if the entire thing is string to any, this also, it doesn't need to be actually, but it is string to any. Yeah, all the save functions, because one invokes another which invokes another, so all of them need to be changed. Yeah, this should be working. Any, I think there'll be a lot of any's. Use string to any instead of MS dictionary. There'll be a lot of them. Okay, never mind, I'm not going to look through 80 of these. Yeah, let's look for this VTO deviation. Yeah, it does stand for video data output. It's okay, never mind, this is not worth doing. Move main queue key and video queue. Okay, main queue key. So here it is being initialized in the app delegate. Here you're just using it to check whether you're in the main queue, and you're defining it here. So you should move these to app delegate, like main controller has nothing to do with them. Main queue key. Yeah. Video queue key. Yeah, we can define the video queue as well in the same place. Why have it spread around? Oops. Yeah, main controller should have UI code, definitely not queues or threads. Frame producer, I think it's better to keep it in one place. All the more so since the video queue key is being set on the video queue here. Here. So they go together. I think we have something to do with queuing. No. There is some. AsyncUtil. So I think it should go to AsyncUtil. Okay, now let's look at this. What's happening in app delegate? No changes. Frame producer, these are gone. Main controller, these are gone. All three of them. Two here and two here. All four of them, and one of them got inline. So all three of them ended up here. Yeah, there are only three files. Move the queues and their keys to AsyncUtil. Rename fixed FIFO array. I think this is taken care of partially. To what was it called? Struct. Oh, we still call it struct fixed FIFO array. Okay, great. Let's change it. Thought I changed it somewhere else. Ah, oh, we don't calculate average. We calculate average only, not standard deviation. FIFO array. So this should be rolling average calculator. It doesn't have any encapsulation, which is bad. They should be private. Max size is 30. Don't write unnecessarily generic code. It is used in only one place, so you can inline it. If it is used in multiple places, you need a constant. Average print vals. We don't print values. Thought I fixed this in the previous one. Anyway, dot average. Rolling average calculator. To append. It's not FIFO array, it's rolling average calculator. This code should be written this way. It's less type safe, but actually it shouldn't happen. This code can technically crash, but it won't, because just before that we are checking and creating it. And this code is better because if it does crash, like we are not hiding an error. So always name classes or structs based on their purpose. The word fixed is also misleading. It's not fixed. It's up to 30. So it can be 10, it can be 20. It's not fixed really. And rolling average is a standard concept in statistics. So that also won't be a problem. Where did that go? This one. Oh, I just created a task in this list. Use truncating reminder in camera timer. Okay, let's take a stab at that. Camera timer. Truncating reminder dividing by. So verbose. So if this is 70 seconds, you divide and then you convert it to a uint. So you get rounded down like 1 minute. This is the minutes component. And when you again divide by 60, this time you take the remainder, you get the seconds. Yes. Now, is this better or worse than what we had earlier? Yeah, I think this is better. Earlier, it was counterintuitive. You divided by 60, then you rounded, then you are multiplying, then you are subtracting. Unless you are a mathematician, this isn't obvious, whereas this is clear. You are taking the quotient, you are taking the remainder. Call truncating reminder instead of calculating manually. Oh, this is inconsistent also. Here it's a it's a file private extension, so the scope is smaller. Yeah, basically the idea here is that the number of digits of precision depend on the value. So if you have 720 rupees in your pocket, you don't need to say 720.1. It doesn't make any difference. But if you have just some paise in your pocket, then 0 and 0.5 are completely different. So this is fine. This is also fine. Yeah, so this is what we were exploring in a previous video. This is one way of doing it. The other way of doing it is make it an extension on this static func converted to t binary integer var. What does this return? It returns a t. Return. Yeah, you can't write this in Swift. That's the thing. Yeah, never mind. Let's not wrestle with the Swift type system. It's too complex. So here, only thing we can think about is the name. Round from. Int dot round from. Let's see. Let's close all the other files. I think here it is fine. You don't need to call it rounded. So when you say round a, it's clear. When you say a dot round, it could be misinterpreted to mean in place rounding. That is when you need to do it this way. But I think this is clear. Primitive obsession. Yeah, we'll have to think about this. Yeah, should low noise settings be in mode? There's a lot more. That's a lot of work. Looking for something easier right now. Let's leave it at that. We'll continue in the next video.